Tonight on 8.5-bit, Splatoon, Professor Layton, and Destitute. Welcome, friends of all designers, to episode 221 of 8.5-bit, which I'm sure is going to be the most dual citizenship episode of them all. I'm your host, Paul. And hashtag Pink Bits.
Hashtag Pink Bits.
I'm your host, Paul, and joining me today are my good friends, James.
Hello.
And Amy.
Hello.
And friends, I have a question for you.
Yes.
You do?
Will you be joining the Church of Justin Bieber?
Justin Bieber?
Or Bieber, fuck it.
Will I be joining?
He's
Well, I got-
church.
What are the tenets of this church?
Well, first he's got a ballad.
Yeah.
No,
I hate you.
No, I said Bieber, and that was wrong. I don't know, but he's apparently cancelling the rest of his world tour in order to start his own church because he was with Hillsong.
So is
Right,
he now kind of like Kanye West? He
No,
wants to be worshipped?
Kanye
or-
West hasn't started his own church. Bieber is now leapfrogged.
So he's had a falling out with Hillsong,
No, I think he was just inspired.
and he wants to go start his own church.
Yes,
That's good money in it.
it is. Organized religion, that's where all the good dosh is. That and reality television. You can do both these days.
You can. So what about his church is special?
No idea. It's just written by him. It was like a 2-second thing on the news.
Has he
that
cleared it
before I
with the
walked in
King of
this room.
England? Is this about him wanting to get a divorce? Is this what's happening?
Is he married?
He's not married.
Yeah, he wants to get married then divorce?
Maybe he wants to divorce
He's got a
himself from any
girlfriend?
respect he has left.
No, that happened a while ago.
I don't know. There's still probably plenty of people. I don't know. I know. I suppose it's not respect. I don't know. I don't despise his existence.
No, he's there.
I guess
be worse.
that's kind of a respect.
Yeah.
It's like he's just a young kid with had a lot of good luck and is probably real fucked up because of it.
Probably.
But at the same time, hard to have sympathy because he has more of anything than I'll ever have in my entire existence.
He has many money trucks.
If you combine everything we'll ever achieve, comparatively, it's nothing compared to what
It
he
depends
got.
how we're valuing these things.
Monetarily.
Oh,
the only value that works.
the way you value things. Yeah,
the only true measure of life.
Of success.
Yeah, of course.
It's money.
Yeah. Jesus, not much.
No? What's he done? Nothing.
But you know what? He's helped a lot of other people make money. So I guess
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like the proto church.
it's kind of like how whoever killed Batman's parents has actually saved the number of people that Batman has saved,
That's
minus
true.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, what
I actually like
a
to
great
think-
man.
I like to think that guy was actually a time traveler, and he went back knowing he had to do it. Like he didn't actually want to. Like
What was the Flash?
Oh, that'd be amazing. There's a twist. There is a shocking twist.
Not that shocking. I can put any shit in this.
They can do whatever the hell they
Comic
want.
books, you do what the fuck you want.
I've been reading a book. By reading,
What?
I mean listening to an audiobook.
That's the
Because
new reading.
That's how you read.
Listening
these days.
is the new reading.
Listening is the new reading. There is a Minecraft book
Mm-hmm.
from Max Brooks. And if you know Max Brooks,
Nope.
he is a fantastic author of World War Z.
I'm just going to ask you to
yeah.
eat the mic a little bit more, James. Yeah, you
Right.
just lean back a little bit.
Yeah. So he, good author. And World War Z is a good read.
Yep.
Listen, it's actually, I'd actually say it's a probably better listen than a read.
Yeah.
It's an amazing production.
Yes,
The
it is a
audio of that.
production.
Yeah. So it's an interesting challenge going to Minecraft, which has no story, and trying to figure out how to turn that into a.
And when you told me the concept
Yeah.
of it, my impression was that is the most labored, obvious, nothing concept for a Minecraft thing that you can expect.
So the basic premise is that someone has woken up on an island, which happens to be a Minecraft island, and they just have to learn to survive.
gone in the game.
Kind of like but because one of the things that Brooks does is he's good at thinking things through, and that's what makes World War Z good. So he's kind of thought through what would happen if you were in the game.
What if your face was 16 pixels?
Or it's like, what if you had to deal with you couldn't eat
Yeah.
like eggs? Like, why can't you eat the egg? Because
Allergy.
Like yeah, that would do it. So like the very gamism things, like the things which don't make sense, the character has
So
to
is it like
grapple
an
with.
official book?
Yeah,
Or-
it's an
okay.
official book. I'm about halfway through it. so far. Like, audiobooks only about 6 hours long or so.
Okay.
Who's reading it?
So there was 2 versions, Jack Black version, which is the one I didn't buy. And there's, I can never remember a name.
Yeah. I knew you wouldn't remember her name. I don't remember it either. I just wanted to put you on the awkward spot.
But she's sort of the tomboy character from Orange is the New Black. The kind of small
Which
mousy one. No, the kind of small mousy one.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember her name.
I can't remember her name. I can't remember her name.
You can't remember her character or her
I'm sorry, whoever you are.
her real name.
But she does a good job.
She's not Jack Black, which
she
is a real benefit.
She is definitely totally not Jack Black.
And that wasn't a go at Jack Black. That's simply Jack Black is always Jack Black.
That's all he can do is Jack
Yes.
Black. Yeah. I think that it's starting to wear a bit thin on me, this book, because it's very obviously about morals and life lessons. And like each chapter is about learning a new thing.
Aww.
Which I think is good. Like so far the life
What morals
lessons,
have you learned?
So there's like the 5 Ps.
Like,
Paul, Peter, Patricia, Pamela, and Piss.
Yeah, that's it.
That's my family's names.
I can't even remember. It was like prepare, practice, something. Procreate. There's nothing to do that.
Pineapple.
My biggest criticism of the book so far.
Is one of them pineapple?
No, one of them is not pineapple.
That would be good.
Is that there's one point in the book where the character is dying because it doesn't have food and is gravely injured, so the healing's not working because that's the healing works in Minecraft.
So he has to accept a greater power, has responsibility over his life.
No, there's
Bless Mazda.
There's a chicken there and a cow, and there's no even internal conflict of I'm just going to kill the chicken and the cow and eat it.
Why would there be?
Well, the conflict should be non-existent because I'm just going to kill the chicken and the cow.
no, you just
Oh.
kill the cow and then you let the chicken.
Make eggs
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
And then you can make a cake.
That's a very minor criticism.
Oh, I mean,
It's
like,
generally pretty
I'd
good.
probably keep the cow and kill the chicken.
Why?
Well, much easier to kill a chicken and then prepare. I mean, to prepare a cow for consumption is a lot of
But not in
fucking
the
work.
world of Minecraft.
You get
that's how
salmonella
this-
poisoning
that's how
with
this works.
raw chicken in
That happens to
Minecraft.
him. Or her. The character doesn't really have a gender.
Yeah.
Just throw it in some lava for a second. Be good.
Then the food will go poof, and you won't have any food.
Oh no, hate it when I go poof.
But it's not bad. I feel like it'd be a good thing to read to a kid. I think.
Oh,
that-
that's probably what it's aimed at.
Yeah. Like, as an older person, the life lessons are pretty simplistic, but they're not bad. Like, they're,
Yeah, because I asked only because I've seen enough of those Diary of a Minecraft zombie books and whatnot in
Yeah.
stores.
This one feels like it's got a point.
Yep.
Like, I feel like he's trying to do something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 5 Ps.
The 5 Ps, which I've forgotten 3 of.
Preparedness.
Pineapple. Punctuation.
Deportment. You gotta drop the and crafting, but with a
Crafting,
silent
yeah.
P. Oh yeah.
Like
okay.
pterodactyl.
Yeah. Don't you make fun of my pterodactyls. They're the best. Okay, so shall we talk about some video games?
Nah.
So one video game that we've all been playing
Yes.
Professor Layton.
is I wish is Splatoon 2,
Splatoon.
which we did talk about last week.
Dude.
So now the full game is out.
Yes.
And so what can we add to that conversation?
It's great.
But we already kind of said
We
that.
said that.
But it's
We already
great.
know it's good.
Well, it's confirmed great.
Yeah.
I would like to say that it is an amazingly fun game, amazingly good to play in just the most shitty Nintendo wrapper
Yeah.
it possibly could be in.
So all that effort with the application.
I have some information that I haven't even seen online about the application. So let's start there.
Yeah. So the application has the ability to send push notifications to friends
Mm-hmm.
to invite them. Sounds great. To a private game.
Yes. You can't team up as a squad and go out there. Even when you join a friend's game, which you can do thankfully, the chances of being on the same team
Probably 40.
That's generous.
we found
Yeah.
less than even 50%.
I think
It was-
for
yeah.
me it'd be 20% easy.
Yeah.
And that's not just like my small sample size of 4 games. It's like I've played 20, 30.
I thought it was actively trying to put us on the
Yeah,
opposite
that's
team.
what I felt like as well.
Yeah.
I actually
it's like it gave up when it put us on the
Yeah.
same team.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it seems like a roll of the die. We should have been.
Yeah, we should have been on there half the time.
I don't
you
know
think.
if it was like a weird matchmaking thing. I don't think I'm good enough that they will view me as one of the top tier players to split between
But
the
maybe
two.
we're equal players, and so we get divided on different teams.
Maybe.
Did you guys play it with more than one person, or?
I only tried it with James.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I just
same.
tried it with you.
Yeah.
I guess with 3 people, the likelihood, or at least you're going to get
Yeah,
minimum
one person's
at
gonna
least
be
one
on the
person
scene.
that's going to lug out. But yeah, I've been surprised at the effort that Nintendo are going to make to get this kind of party stuff going. They put all this effort in the wrong bit.
Yep.
Like, I don't want to play impromptu with 8 people. That's not what I want to do.
Yeah, so the app is incredibly shit. The functionality of the app towards Splatoon 2 and being able to track your stats and buy some gear online.
Gear thing I like. I like the buying gear thing a lot.
But do we like the buying gear, or is it only because they've put the best gear on the app?
They put the best gear on the app.
I kind of like that it's something I can do out of game.
Yeah.
That I do enjoy. Like it's because it's like a bit of a retention tool of you're looking like 3-4 hours, something's going to cycle out.
Yeah, but would that be any better or worse if that was also just replicated in the game?
I think it's better in the app because it means I'm sitting on the pooper and I think I'm going to check. I actually think it's pretty genius. I check it, I then find the thing I want, and it's going to be expensive because it's a good one. And I mark it I'm going to pick it up when I next play it. Then I play the game and then I need to earn the money to buy it. So I'll play it for a bit and then I buy it and equip it and then I want to level it up.
I always have the money.
I normally have to play.
Although
a
I
little bit.
used all my money
It's-
the other day.
It's actually genius.
And then I got 6,666 coins. And I'm like, that seems
Scary.
intense. Quick, let's play another match and change that number. So, I don't like that there's things that you can only get if you use the app, because the app doesn't really give you anything that is important.
What I don't like is that it's the only place really to get decent gear.
Well, that's what I mean.
It makes the shops basically useless.
Yeah, it's like, I think it's unfair to people that don't want to put a shitty
Yeah.
app on their phone.
The only thing I can see useful out of the gear in the game is that you can buy it and then break it down if
Yeah.
you want to try and go for certain traits.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about the only reason I can think that you want to
But
buy
you can
that.
still use it out. Yeah, it's. Oh, but the thing is, any gear is all right because you can always pay for extra slots, and you could turn any gear into good gear if you
I
wanted.
don't know, where do you get the extra slot?
Same place.
The
okay.
spiky guy.
I didn't realize you could actually upgrade that.
Yeah, you can break down stuff. You can add slots. And,
Okay, oh, that's good.
but it all sort of it costs, and you get
like
diminishing
20
returns from doing things.
20,000? No, that's to wipe it.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty expensive to wipe it. It surprised me how expensive it was to wipe it.
Yeah.
I don't know if the money you earn goes up significantly when you get to ranked. I've
don't
got
know.
to ranked, but I haven't played it.
Yeah, I haven't
yet.
played a ranked yet. I just earned my level 10, and then I
Yeah.
said, "Okay, I'm done for now," and then we did the show.
Splatoon.
So, continuing on the shitty app.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I think you hate the app more than I do.
No. I like using the app. I like looking up my stats. I like shows the last 50 games, and I had an incredibly good win streak. I think
Yeah.
it was
You did.
it was 34 or 35
Yeah.
to 15 losses, and I'm like, yeah,
See,
fuck you, I'm the best.
Mine's pretty much 50-50.
Yeah.
I mean, what about yours? Yours-
Yeah, 50-50.
Yeah.
yeah, you guys.
But you're like a pro player.
Yeah,
You should
I'm
go
there.
pro.
Although I noticed when I was playing with you, you were consistently getting incredibly good painting scores.
I think it's that that gun I started using.
The airbrush,
the
so good.
Although what I found, it's kind of funny when you, because it ranks your level and shows how much you painted. And some of the best matches I've played, you actually get less painting. Because if your team quickly covers the whole level and then you suppress the other team, they never paint anything
Yeah.
for you to paint any extra. And it's actually a weird balancing thing. I realize this is part of the genius of Splatoon, which I never really realized in the first one. If you are the dominant team, you can't get specials because you're not painting anything extra.
Yes, actually, it's a good point.
If the other
Yeah.
team is fighting back and having to paint over your stuff, they can get specials much faster and will be able to then use the specials to help turn the tide of battle. And that's what happened a few times, because even though the matches are short, 3 minutes, I find 3 minutes is long enough for a quick establishing of the lines, the teams to either come out of balanced or one dominant, but if the teams do have at least some skill on both sides, it does give you enough time for that turnaround.
Yeah.
And that's the story you want.
Yeah. I think one of the things that's really impressed me with that time, and we'll get to Destiny 2 a bit later, but I played some of the multiplayer in there, and it really impresses me that they condensed like such a meaningful experience in Splatoon 2 into those 3 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, it's just everything's there. Like, I don't feel like any longer I'd probably get a bit bored. I just want to get it done and move to the next one.
Yeah, because if it was any longer, you'd just be either just sitting in one area suppressing the other team and waiting for a mistake to be made, or you're just going back and forth over the same areas a lot.
It's almost like each minute has a point.
Yeah.
It's like lay down territory first minute, fight over it for the next, and then the mad rush at the end when the tension picks up and the music changes. And like it always feels like that last act is short, but it's actually a third of the game.
Yeah.
And you can get a lot done in 15 seconds.
Oh, hell, yeah. The amount of time we thought we had the entire level owned, and then we lose a few people and they rush, and you watch that map change while you're waiting to respawn and you're like, holy fuck! And it's right down to the wire. And so many of my stupid teams that don't paint the base.
Oh, I make sure to do that.
Those few percents could make a big difference at the end. Anyway, so back to the shitty app.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
gosh.
So have you guys used the voice chat?
No.
Okay, so I have not used the voice chat either. But what you may have noticed in my day-to-day life is I tend to wear Bluetooth headphones the whole time. I'm listening to podcasts or music whenever I'm not talking to someone. Just trying to drain out existence, basically.
Oh, I understand that, yeah.
So I'm listening to, I think, just a podcast, and I open up the Nintendo Switch Network app, and suddenly the sound switches to super low bitrate.
Okay.
I'm like, what the fuck just happened to my podcast app? And then I paused it and it resumed playing out of the phone instead of my earpieces.
Oh, it took...
And the only way I could actually get my audio back together is not just to leave the Nintendo app, but to close the Nintendo app. Because whilst the Nintendo app will... If it's open, it will do that's how voice chat works. It has to be actively open. You can't put the phone to sleep or anything while you're chatting with someone. It has to be active and on. The screen has to be on. That also applies to all the other fucking sound on your phone. So if you are listening to something and you have that app open but not active, it will cancel the sound of your phone.
Okay.
And how the fuck did this is on Android? I can't speak for iOS experience.
I haven't tried it on iOS.
But holy shit, is that badly designed?
Yeah.
And it makes the audio awful, which makes me like really not want to try the voice chat because it's a lower bitrate than any. That was playing from my local phone and it sounded bad. It should have no effect. So that's just makes me assume that, man, this is going to be terrible. Let's just use Discord if we ever need to talk.
Yeah. Like, I admire their effort, but I feel like they've really failed to deliver on the experience that most people want.
You know what I would like in the app?
What?
I'd like a little Switch loadout button.
Oh yeah, that's the other. Let's just rag on the game for a while.
Yeah, let's talk about all the shit.
Because we love it so much.
The game is amazing and it's full of shit.
Yeah. When you're in the lobby in a game, you can't actually...
Sorry. Let's take a break for a second. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, we were saying shitty things in Splatoon 2.
I like Splatoon.
We were talking about the fact that you pick your weapon and your clothes.
Yeah. So when you're outside of the lobby, you can change your weapon as much as you want. If you're in a game waiting and you've got like 3 minutes to kill, sometimes longer than the game itself.
It happens.
to prepare, you can't change your weapon.
No.
You have to actually, if you're like Amy, we were playing and you're like, oh, be right back, I've just got to change my weapon.
Yep.
You left the group and then you couldn't join the next game.
Yep.
You had to wait for the next game to play out and then you can join back in just because you want to change your gun. You know what this game needs, especially on the ranked level? It needs like a MOBA-esque picking. It needs you being able to see what the other team has to be able to...
Well, you get that
pick
at
and
the
ban or
beginning,
something.
But yeah.
But where no, but you can't pick.
Yeah.
You just see what the other team has.
Yeah.
Like because you get randomly mashed up with people. It's like, hey, look, every single person on our team has a roller. We're going to get fucked.
Yeah.
Oh, like as in with your team, not the other team.
Well, both. Being able to see and react. It's like, that team's, they all think they're going to be snipers, so we can deal with that.
Yeah.
You can have no strategy and you're stuck just using the same weapon until you quit and then come back in.
And so what I find I do is I'll just end up picking out the all-purpose gun.
Yeah.
And I don't really try the other ones because it's like, it's kind of a bit of
it's a little bit of a hassle. Yeah. I quite often change a gun when I stop playing for a day, but I'll stick with that gun for the day.
Yeah.
And unless I really hate it.
Yeah.
There's been a couple that I haven't liked. Okay. What else is bad? The fact that Salmon Run isn't available all the time. That's weird.
What?
It's been, maybe I've lucked out. Every time I've played, it's been available.
Yeah. I have a feeling that they set it up to be not available all the time, and then they decided that was a bad idea, but you can see that's there.
I enjoy Salmon Run. I found it's been very easy most of the time when I've been playing it. But I had one game where I don't know if the population was low or something playing Salmon Run, but I found I was getting grouped with the same people even when I left and came back. Like, it seemed like it was a small pool, and I think they were very high level.
Yeah.
And it was a massive difficulty spike when I jumped in. Like, I was used in this game being like, I hadn't even had like fog or anything come in from the games I've been playing.
Yeah.
And then I jumped in this high level one, and like the fog comes in, and I can't see shit.
I haven't played it.
Oh, you haven't played it at all?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been meaning to. It's just sort of Splatoon in general.
It's
just
good.
Salmon Run is pretty incredible. The thing I love most about Salmon Run is the golden boss salmon.
Yeah.
The varieties that those boss salmon have, it's like they would be amazing bosses in any other game, and they're just all over this thing.
Like things like you got to lob your grenades into the bins of the flying and stuff like that.
Or the one that's like a long snake with a salmon that sits driving it at the back, so you've got to get behind it and attack him. Like they all have a deliberate way of countering them.
I think it's about 7 of them.
Yeah, there's 7 or 8. Yeah. It's and they look great, and the whole thing is really impressive. So that's their horde mode sort of thing.
And it's pretty good. I like that every time that you have rounds, you change weapons.
Yeah.
Like it just kind of gives you random weapons. So it forces you to change and try different things.
You know what that would be a great mode in?
In the
just regular multiplayer. Yeah. Just randomly select from your what you've got, or even just a mode which doesn't even care what you own.
I
just
really
give you a
want,
random one.
I really want them to have a party mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just something to mix it up.
The best thing from ARMS.
Yeah,
just bring it over.
Put that in.
And then single player. I've done the first 2 worlds.
Yeah, I've done the first world and a few in the second.
Yeah. The second one has the level that I was showing off to an 8-year-old girl. She was over with a friend who's her father. Just to make it not sound weird. We just invite 8-year-old girls around to play in my basement. And
how he caught me.
Quite heavy.
We've had her there for 10 years. We only let her out the other day. It's the first Rails level. Have you played that?
No.
So basically, the whole thing is on grind rails. You can stop, but it really kills the flow. So it's just you're on rails, and you'll see another one coming up. So you shoot it to activate it. You dive across it in the air, land on the next one, and then when there's rails parallel to each other, which you never get in a multiplayer map, you can then jump between rails like a 3D platformer sort of thing. It's like, oh, this is cool. So you're collecting things and shooting things in the air and flipping around and doing it, and like the whole thing flows super fast and. This little girl's mind melted.
Yeah.
She's like, Daddy, I need a Switch. I need a Switch to play the game. And I was like, I'd let you play, but this actually is, you're going to need at least 10 minutes of completely screwing around before you can even aim a gun in this game. But maybe I was underestimating her. Kids can surprise you.
Yeah. I think that the single player so far has been, like, I feel in part it's there to teach you the mechanics of the game. But I think there's enough there, like that isn't in the multiplayer, that it feels like its own substantial thing.
Oh yeah, I think it's really substantial.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it.
The first boss was great.
So
wasn't
many
too
bread
hard.
bugs.
The bread boss.
Yeah, but the bread boss was pretty good.
Second boss
great.
is a big ninja.
Nice.
Ooh.
Big fat ninja. Yeah. It the bosses are great. The levels are really varied, especially in the second world. They start giving you different weapons to play with, and giving you different abilities with those weapons. Upgrade those. Some of which I really hope start appearing in the single player.
Yeah,
because there's mechanics
did you know that you can eventually unlock some of the random weapons you get in the single player stuff?
For using multiplayer?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
I kind of hoped you would, but so far I hadn't. Because they said like they will be coming, but they were just normal weapons, but they were hero mode.
It taught me that
versions of them.
It taught me that with the roller, that if you jump in an attack, it does a splat forward.
Yes, you should have known that.
I didn't know that until like in the game it told me. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll use this thing now.
I like the platforms you extend by shooting them. I'd like to see them in multiplayer and things like that. A little bit more dynamic stuff.
I think there is some of the sponges in multiplayer. I've seen
the sponges, but not because the platforms roll out. They're like they're like roll up tongues, and you shoot them, and they extend as you shoot them.
I'm kind of hoping that these mechanics will make their way in level updates.
Yeah,
that's sort of. I really hope that they support this by adding new stuff.
There's at least a straight year of updates planned, so you're expecting this to keep going and going.
DLC.
Well, no, it's just concluded.
But yeah.
Yeah, so it is DLC, but it's not like you subscribe to it and it just comes to you and they'll go, hey, there's a new mode updated. Yeah. It's actually completely new. And upcoming is the next Splatfest, which I think is going to be one-sided again, but I was surprised when I asked Amy this. So it is mayo versus ketchup.
Ketchup.
Now, I thought ketchup would roll it, but Amy is a mayonnaise person.
Wait, what kind of... Well, not aioli.
Oh,
See,
I
like
think mayonnaise
aioli
goes under the same umbrella,
No,
doesn't
they're
it?
different things. Aioli, I go close to ketchup, but mayo, no. It's like it's just sweet shit.
Not really. If you get the proper real egg stuff.
Is that then an aioli though?
Well, just so, you know what? I don't know what the technical definition between mayonnaise and aioli actually is.
No.
Because half the time when it's an aioli, I'm like, that's fucking mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Like, we used to eat your grandmother's garlic mayonnaise.
Yeah, but I learned later that was actually an aioli.
But wow, what's different?
It's
It doesn't
a
have
different word.
eggs in it, does it?
No,
Have
it's lots of eggs.
Okay.
Yeah, they're both egg-based.
It's emulsified egg and oil.
So look this shit up for us, Amy, because we need to know.
Is aioli because if aioli is a subset of mayonnaise, then
See, I think ketchup is just more versatile.
but ketchup, there's a lot of MSG and sugar in that. And
Well, one thing,
I enjoy
MSG
it.
doesn't matter. That's just fucking propaganda, literally.
But does it make things more delicious?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. That's what I
Why,
meant.
why do you think so many
Yeah,
countries
no, that's
put
what
it
I
in
meant.
fucking everything?
It's a plus for being in there.
And also,
Makes it
you
more
don't have to have
delicious.
MSG in. I don't think any sauces I have MSG in them.
I don't know. I'm no sauceologist.
I think you just made that up. You were trying to smear good big ketchup.
No, I heard on the internet one time.
I think a more interesting one would have been ketchup versus mustard.
Oh, see, yeah, because they have like it's almost apples and oranges at that point. Like they have different
So aioli seems to be from garlic compared.
mayonnaise.
Is it mayonnaise plus garlic?
Essentially, yes.
No, not essentially. This is important.
I can't find anything.
Maybe this is less a science than you're making it. Maybe all these fucking hoity-toity, like, oh, mayonnaise is cheap shit.
But you have chips and aioli.
But aioli, that's my bag.
The Sichuan
maybe
aioli.
these pretentious fucks are just eating
It's just
mayonnaise
chili
by the
mayo.
handful. It's just good old mayo.
Good old mayo, mate.
We got mayo, and then we put it on some garlic bread. Fucking sweet as. Mwah. It's good shit. Choice. Okay, so Splatoon 2 wise, anything else to cover with it?
I'm gonna keep. I like the loot system or the gear system. I like the.
You know what's shit about it?
What?
Another shit thing about you can't play it lying down with the Switch with motion
Oh,
controls.
yeah. Actually,
Yes.
we'll talk about controls for a second.
Yep.
So, yes, you're absolutely right. One of the big problems is if you want to use those motion controls and lie down, and that's the first thing I tried to do with it.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, I can't do this. And you can turn it off, but
But why would you?
Not the same.
I do find, like, okay, again, Destiny will come back to
I think we have to immediately go into Destiny after this.
But when I did start playing it, the first thing I tried to do when I was aiming.
No. We talk about that. We move on.
Okay,
No.
all right, okay. Yeah, so I think that's actually a pretty big problem when it comes to the...
Yeah, because when you hold anything above perpendicular to the ground, anything then tilted upwards, you'll never be able to look down again.
What surprises me is it's so dependent on gravity.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why it's not... Like, I guess it uses gravity for the sensors somehow. I don't understand why otherwise why
But why can't it see the inverse of what it used to have?
why can't I just, like... Doesn't matter, because there's a button to center it.
It seems like an oversight.
Yeah, like,
it
it's just
seems
weird.
like something that technically should be possible, but they thought, oh no, we don't want people lying down and
it's
playing
like
this. And we're lazy people that lie on fucking couches.
It's like if I use a
And
motion sensor on my phone and I do this, it'll work.
It still works, yeah.
Like, it's fine. So that's one thing. And I have to say that I've also jumped between the Pro Controller and the Joy-Cons, and I think that the Pro Controller is significantly better.
It is better, yeah.
It, like, because I was playing it, I'm like, I'm not actually doing quite as well. And like it feels kind of clunky. And I just pull out the Pro Controller. I'm like, yeah, there's a huge difference.
I play better when I play it on the TV with the Pro Controller.
What I've started doing, if the TV's occupied, is I do use the little stand, and I just use it with it. But I will.
I was playing with Split.
Oh, okay.
And then only the right hand uses the motion to track it, and actually it was all right.
Okay, yeah.
Because it took me a few minutes to get used to.
Yeah.
But I think the Pro Controller is still the best option.
Yeah, and it's the first Switch game I've played where I felt like the Joy-Cons have been a subpar experience to the Pro Controller. Yeah. And it's not major, but I definitely notice it.
Major. Okay, so...
So yes, aioli it's basically, it derives from garlic to begin with. Then there's mayonnaise, which starts as eggs and stuff.
But you still need eggs to make aioli,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah.
But they
You
start
don't-
as different things.
You don't need garlic to make...
You can make
mayonnaise.
garlic mayonnaise, but it's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
Damn it. Shit, this has got too complex.
What has Nintendo done? Like, we've gone down the rabbit hole.
Why didn't they have aioli versus garlic mayonnaise? that would have seen fucking battle lines drawn.
So if we go to, well, obviously Team Ketchup, does that mean that we can't play with Amy in the Splatfest? I guess not.
we would play
Essentially, I
against
think
her,
so,
yeah.
Yeah.
Because what happened with...
Oh, we might end up on the same team.
when it was cake versus ice cream,
Yeah.
so many people picked ice cream. It was 75% or so.
Yeah.
Most people that played never got to fight cake. They only got to fight other ice cream. So it was ice cream versus ice cream for most people. Which,
And what does that mean? It just means that you don't affect the...
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, they won the popularity contest, so that gave them a point out of 3
It really just
potentials.
comes down to which one you pick. Hey, Toasty.
Yeah, I am. I'm hoping that ketchup wins this one.
Yeah, I got a good feeling about ketchup, not stupid, sweet.
Well,
Mayonnaise.
I have a ham with mayonnaise waiting for me. That's a Futurama thing, isn't it?
I think so.
See that new press secretary in the States?
Oh, he's 80s guy.
He's 80s
yeah,
guy with bonitis.
It's his only regret.
I just want him to say to press conference one, like, it gets too much and starts annoying him, and he says, I do not have bonitis. That is all I want to hear. Okay, so that moves us on to our next relevant game, Destiny 2. The beta has been out last weekend, and they extended it for a few days. I have even played Destiny.
Yes.
And we'll get onto that. So, but James and I have both first impressions, and James did mention just before that it is just Destiny's combat, which is good, except we've been playing Splatoon 2, and why the fuck doesn't the motion control work in Destiny?
The first thing I did was I moved it, I'm like, oh. And then like the muscle memory came back, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right, now I remember all this Destiny stuff.
I tried to do it the entire time. And it was because it would be when I was not thinking. It would be like I'd just be a little bit off where I want to shoot, and I'd just be like, tilt.
Yeah.
Hey, where's my aftertouch?
Yeah.
This is
I'm
and
a little
PS4
surprised.
could do it.
Yeah.
I don't know about if there's motion sensing in the Xbox One. I don't think
I have a feeling there is, but I'm not 100%.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure either. But they could do it with PS4. And I think the first like hardcore shooter that does it is going to like they'll be like fighting, but eventually everyone will go like, well, if you're in Pro Scene, of course you use motion control because it just makes you better.
Yeah.
So like it'll happen. It'll happen.
I know. I'm a little surprised that no games have really got it yet.
I'm not surprised that Destiny doesn't do it because Destiny seems absolutely like doggedly obsessed with not making like console specific changes. Like, why is it when it's like a cursor driven menu interface, can you not use the touch screen, the touchpad on the PS4
to move around the thing?
It's like it would be such a minor thing. I bet they could hack that in. You know what? I'm going to go crazy enough to say in minutes.
You're probably not too far off. Especially now that there's mouse support. It's just going to be wiring up the trackpad.
It's not a big... It's like, it's not the crazy thing. Like, minutes may be overstating it, but I don't feel far off. I'm saying shorter than a day.
Like, if someone was to ask, I'd probably say, give me an hour or two. Yeah. And, we'll have to get the options menu guys to change that, but we'll get it in.
Well, yeah. What if you can't mouse drive it on the PC? What if you have to use Wasad to move the cursor around? That'll be great. So Destiny 2 starts with like an opening campaign mission, which is the tower is being attacked, and they're stealing the moon, which I found out was apparently a thing called the Traveler, because I've paid so much attention to.
That's not where the wizards come from, Paul.
Look, fat robots turn up and steal the moon.
Where do they come from?
They come from the moon. Wizards come from the moon.
But you said they don't come from the moon.
No, they don't come from the thing that I was calling the moon.
They don't come from the
They come from the Traveler.
Yes.
Yeah. So I didn't know what the Traveler or the fat robots were, because the last time I played Destiny was the beta for Destiny 1.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Which showed how much I like that game.
I think one of the things I appreciated from this Destiny 2 story intro is that there is a bad guy. They gave us one.
A fat robot?
There is a fat robot bad guy.
Yeah.
They immediately give you that, which they didn't really do until The Taken King.
Was he in the first game?
The Taken King?
No, was that the Taken King?
Oh, no. That's just new.
Oh, he's new fat robot.
Gary, whatever his name is.
I hope it is Gary.
Gary the fat robot.
Fat robot Gary. Yeah.
So yeah, that was cool. I enjoyed the first couple of levels. I felt like it was a good amount of content. Like it was, gave a taste.
I thought the story mission, the story bits of it kind of always frustrated me, because I'd often say, hey, there's a group of enemies in front of me. I'll just pop this super, and an NPC's popped in and killed them all before I could get to them. Oh, I wish I hadn't popped my super now.
Yeah. Did you have any other people join in? Because there is a...
Well, there's a section where for everyone someone pops in. And I think it might even bring in bots if there's no one playing live. So there's a section where you get in front of the doors and you're like, we've got to hold this position.
Yeah.
And a lot of fat robots come in.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really fun.
Yeah.
That was probably the most fun I had in the opening mission. And then, unfortunately, I was like, oh, okay, let's keep going, new friend. And as we both ran up to this door, he just phased out of existence. I'm like, oh...
Yeah.
Why couldn't we just finish this level together?
It was cool to see them bring some of that into the single player.
Yeah.
So that was good. Maybe, we'll see how much they got in the final thing.
So that's all right. There's story stuff. There's Nathan Fillion's there talking as a robot.
Yep.
There's a section where there's NPCs around, and you go, "Oh, this is very sad. Everyone's dead." And then you shoot some more fat robots, and then
it was. I mean, as a person who played a fair bit of Destiny, it was pretty cool. Like being in the tower when it was being destroyed. I was pretty familiar with that area.
Yeah.
And then going through doors that I never could go through before. Like that was all. That was all kind of cool. It took me ages to figure out the third ability button. I don't think you ever figured it out.
No, I never worked it out. No.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest change because mechanically a lot of it's pretty similar.
Yeah.
The biggest addition for me is that third support button when you hold down circle on PS4.
Yeah, I think when you told me that, because there's a bunch of controls which I was doing wrong when we then did the strike. Because I think it's got awfully explained controls.
Yeah.
There's so many like short hold, long hold sort of things that aren't. Like, they frankly need to bring up, like, a Zelda interface, like, that says you what each thing does, at least that you can turn on and off.
Well, even...
Because I didn't even know there were buttons I didn't know about.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's not, like, a pistol button or something, is there?
No, so there's...
It took me ages to work out to pull out my power weapon, because that was a long hold on the weapon
it's
change.
tap triangle to swap weapons, and then hold to go to your power weapon.
Yeah.
And then it's...
Telling me that would have helped.
Yeah, and hold down circle to use your support ability.
Never did that.
And I was playing the Warlocks, and they had a heal support ability, which was nice. I think there's a bit more... I think there's something that felt really lacking to me in Destiny 1 was that these classes didn't really have much to support each other.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really nice touch. I think the hunter gets like an ammo drop, which would be really useful. Like there were times when playing where like, I'm getting really low on ammo. Having that would be great.
And I was the shooty guy, and he's got like a shield or something,
that he can throw down.
That'd be fun.
A little mini shield.
That could have worked well, especially in the boss fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought the opening level was okay. It had some good atmosphere, and the shooting was fine. And then we did the strike, and James invited me in expecting me to hate it.
I was totally thinking you would. I thought you'd rage quit.
And whilst I thought the jumping was bullshit, partly because I didn't understand like I could hold to like do a longer jump.
When you get used to the jumping, it's actually really good.
No, at least in my character, the double jump, because it just takes you up as high as it can, and it holds you there for a few seconds. I don't understand when that would ever be useful. I guess when you're shooting things, it's okay.
The Titan, I didn't play too much of the Titan in the first one, but I think it's one, because they have basically different shapes for the jumps.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like a vertical up and then a hover forward. So they have an ability where they can kind of slam down on the ground. So it kind of lets you hover, aim, and then kind of slam down.
So what I found was that I fell through gaps between platforms
multiple times.
About 5-6 times, and I was really frustrated because like it wasn't even a long jump. Why couldn't I make it? There was one where you guys jumped across it, and I said, "Oh, I'll just jump across. I'll even do my double jump because I'll definitely make it then."
Yeah.
And I missed it by like a meter. I'm like, "Oh fuck!" And I was because it's a position where you can't come back and spawn, so I had to wait 30 seconds.
Yeah, like
respawn, and then and I'll just jump across. Oh, I missed it again.
I tried to go back and get you. I just gave up after a while.
I'm like, fuck this game. But the environments I thought were really, really awesome. There was an area where there was a quarry we were fighting in, and as we are going along the edges of this quarry, there's great big mining blades that are spinning around and gouging out parts of that quarry. So you have to avoid those whilst you can hit enemies into them and such. It's really dynamic. It's got multi-levels, so there's enemies from all sorts of positions coming at you.
Through it.
And, and that felt really, really good.
Because I did it twice, and the way I approached that area was different when I came. Like, it still wasn't the same path, like, around it, but, like, I went different ways to get through it. I also noticed that some of the dialogue was different playing it again. I think they randomized...
There was dialogue?
Yeah. Well, Nathan Fillion says some things at a point.
Nathan Fillion's in that strike?
So Ghost says some things.
Oh, what? No, he's not Ghost.
Oh, no, sorry. I'm thinking Noel, what's his name?
Nolan North.
Nolan North, sorry, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Nolan North.
Yeah, don't give me a false Nathan Fillion.
No,
Jesus.
No. They seem to mix up the dialogue a bit. I thought it was good.
Malcolm Reynolds.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. I know a character reference. And then there's the boss fight, which, whilst a damaged sponge, actually had multi-stages, had lots of different behaviors for the big robot we were shooting, and I actually found it quite interesting.
Yeah.
And we wiped once because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. It was basically my fault that we wiped.
But, we figured it out. And I think, because it was kind of broken into 3 stages, which was a nice change. Like in a lot of the bosses in Destiny 1 were like, here is just a bigger area. Go kill this guy, and he's going to take a lot of damage.
Shoot at him for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It felt like a good fight, and there was... Yes, I had a few cool moments where we were getting overwhelmed, but I popped my super and I just smashed a bunch of things in the face and then got behind cover. But then the giant robot seemed to focus on me for a second and actually walked over the cover I was hiding behind. I'm like, no, go away, giant robot! I'm healing. So I actually had fun, and I will definitely not play the full game because that beta gave me a appropriately leveled character for appropriate content. And I didn't have to do anything to get to that level and I was at the right area for content. Destiny's too much work for me.
Oh, yeah, Destiny is a lot of time to play it. I'll pick it up. The thing I'm not sure about, though, now is that I was kind of convinced that I'd be wanting to play it mainly on PC to the point that I was thinking I might even just upgrade my PC when it comes out so I can play it. It's due anyway, long overdue, getting a new desktop. Playing this reminded me how console-centric that game is. Yes,
I have a feeling the combat will be too easy on PC, but there's going to be a beta on PC, so we try it and we find out.
So I'm going to basically hold off and try that first and see how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good shooter. If you like Destiny, you're going to enjoy Destiny.
I mean, it's more Destiny. It feels like an improvement, iteratively an improvement.
The only thing from my brief knowledge that I thought was bullshit was that shotguns becoming power weapons. And then when I used the shotgun, it really wasn't that powerful.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you've just made shotguns completely useless.
The charge rifle, I can't remember what it's called, like a pulse rifle. No, it's not a pulse rifle. It's one where you charge it and then it fires. That's one of the ones that turn into a power weapon.
Or was it like a splat device or was it more of a roller?
Oh, like you... it's where you hold it up and it discharges. That felt good. Like it felt... Because that was always a really...
Oh, speaking of discharge, a mate at work, he does OzTag, and someone in his team is named Teen Cum. And
his name?
Yes, and we thought it was like a false name, but no, it's a real name. Oh. And then he said, I'm just going to check if it's a real name, and he typed it into a computer at work. I was like, you should not type those words. It's a Tean. So not T-E-N.
But I still
would not be typing that in.
That's going to get autocorrected.
What a cool name, though.
Teen Cum.
Yeah.
It's a name, all right.
Yeah. It really explodes off the page.
Yeah, a little hard to swallow.
Hey! You got one? That was a good topper. Okay. And then there was a social space in Destiny 2, which I did not get to play in because it was open for one entire hour.
Oh, I didn't see that at all.
Yeah, it was the farm. And what I liked is it was open for 1 hour, but they didn't kick you when it was over.
Oh,
so one guy stood there for 15 hours.
Oh, really?
And then he got kicked.
Yeah. What the big question I've still got for it, I want to know, is what they're changing to the open world stuff.
I think that is the question.
Yeah.
And I think it's partly why this beta is the way it is. When the first game's beta came out and we were given Old Russia or whatever, and we were like, oh, wow, if this is just a tiny slither of the game, the whole game must be huge. And we found out we had a fifth of the game.
Yeah.
So we were like, we've already seen 20% of this game.
Yeah.
This time, we don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, it could be anything. It could be, and we're not, it's certainly, this is certainly not a fifth what we've seen here.
No. It's a good taste. I think it's a good beta.
They don't seem to think so.
Really?
Yeah, they sort of apologized for it and said like, "Oh, we know it's no good. It's an old build from ages ago." I'm like, one, I don't buy that. I think it's going to be pretty representative of the final product. Two, if it was so bad, don't fucking release it.
I thought it was a good beta.
And don't poo-poo your own fucking game.
It gave a good sample of what the game is.
Yeah, and it's not drastically different, but who expected it to be? Not me.
Nope.
No siree.
Nope. Amy didn't.
No.
She loves Destiny.
Yeah.
Have you played any Destinies?
No.
You might enjoy Destiny.
I probably will. I've never played it.
You could try the PC beta when it comes out.
I will, because I don't have a PS4 or an Xbox One.
Well.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah, it is.
No, it is. It is. That was,
what personal problems do you have, James?
Oh, many.
Just pick the most personal one.
Mainly my face.
I can see that.
You have a fine face.
This morning...
Hashtag best friends.
Yeah.
This morning I was... Because, I have like my top deck face.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. I was actually looking in the mirror, just like covering up the grey to kind of just see what would it look like if I didn't have my weird grey spot.
You could just not have the beard, and then you wouldn't have any grey.
It's an alright beard.
No, it's not. I enjoy having a beard too much. I like it.
It's a good beard.
I like to
Hashtag
stroke
best
it.
Friends.
Thank you, Amy. I comb it.
I just smear mine with margarine and let the birds
I
clear
have
it
a
for
beard
me.
oil that I use.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, no wonder it's so grey.
No, it solved my... So one of the things I've had a problem with is beard dandruff. This is now a beard podcast.
So I
I've
do.
got to leave then.
I do sometimes get like, oh no, you're our beard.
I don't know. Anyway.
Hashtag gay for real.
I'm scared.
Yeah, I do sometimes get like a little bit of like dry skin. At that point, that's when I shave my beard and then just let it regrow.
No, because I used to, if it gets too long, I get like getting beard dandruff, and I found I just on a whim, it's like, I'll give this beard oil a go. Completely solved the problem.
But you see, when you're a man like me, it only takes a day to regrow a beard.
Yeah,
So
you shave before the show.
Yeah. I'm shaving right now.
You do have a good beard. Like
I've got a
whippersnapper
whippersnapper going to it. Yeah. I try to keep it down, actually.
Yeah.
I like it more like a thick stubble.
Well, I've been trying to kind of grow it down there. Like I want to get to a point where I can put a little...
You want a Jafar?
I want to put a little piece of jewelry
Are you going to try and get it cast in the new Aladdin?
Yes, that's my ultimate goal.
What jewelry are you going to put on the thing?
Just a little brass
May
ring,
I recommend a
think.
cock ring?
A cock ring will probably do a good job. It's probably a cheap way to get beard jewelry.
Such a good story attached to it. Oh, James. You come up with such inappropriate ideas.
Yes, Paul.
So Destiny 2.
Destiny 2.
It is a video game which is exactly what we expect.
So-
Probably slightly better, but not anything crazy.
So you played Destiny 1 in the beta,
Yeah.
and you didn't particularly enjoy it.
Well, I think I've told before, but the very moment that I thought this game is fucking bullshit and this game can fuck right off was very early, going around with the patrols, and I'm going to shoot some aliens. And there was a patrol of fucking robot aliens, whatever, in front of me, and I snuck up behind them, and I put my crosshairs on this guy's head, and I fired, and it said immune. And this game is fucking bullshit. I had bullets. And you can't be immune to bullets.
And this
Yes,
will
you
most
can.
likely happen in Destiny 2. But if we graph your enjoyment, by the time we get to Destiny 3, would you potentially play it?
No.
Okay.
It's not my genre.
Okay.
It's not there. It's like repeating missions over and over again is not something I'm ever going to do.
Oh, I will. I will do it so much.
Yeah, I play too much new experiences all the time. And whilst I do some repetitive multiplayer games like Overwatch or Splatoon or something like that, they tend to be a little bit more concise.
See, but I won't collect.
I don't care about the loot. I've never cared about loot in anything in my life.
But like, I won't go be a completionist whore for like collecting all the things.
Oh, you said you won't collect?
I won't collect. Yeah,
but you do love loot.
but I'll loot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was one thing people were complaining about in the beta is that there was no loot. And I'm like, what does it matter? It's just a level, and once you've done it, you're done.
Yeah, like there was gear to get. Like there's different weapons and stuff to get.
But didn't you start with them?
No, like you do actually get different weapons. Like the weapons I had the second time through were completely different than the ones from the previous. Like,
You can just change them in your inventory
Yeah,
every time,
yeah,
though, can't you?
yeah, after I got them, like from
Oh,
completing-
you did actually get...
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
even notice I got weapons.
yeah, you
or
get
anything at the
stuff.
end.
You get
Well, you do
yeah.
get with it, so they fucking lied to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Totally
Destiny 2,
wrong.
we'll get back to it when it's Destiny.
Yeah,
So we do some news.
sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, first up, we've got some Titanfall 2 news. Quite exciting news. It's getting a 4-player co-op mode. Basically a horde mode. You're protecting a harvester and waves of these will come in. But Titanfall is cool. And quite frankly, fighting non-players, they can give you a little bit more variety of stuff.
I kind of appreciate that because while I enjoy that game an awful lot, it's a really hardcore community,
It can be.
and
yes.
I die a lot whenever I jump on that now.
It's also getting some sort of like free-to-play sort of like free to start thing or something. I
okay,
don't actually know the details, so you can look at that. But the co-op mode was what I was paying attention to. Doom has dropped its season pass, which means you can get all the amazing multiplayer DLC
All that-
for free.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
I might try it now
Why?
because it's free. No, I probably won't because
I'm
I
okay.
hated the multiplayer in that game.
So it's such an amazing game that multiplayer was just trash.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it was updating for me the other day. The fucking patch was 35 gig.
You got a lot of levels to pull
I was
down.
like, God damn it. And the thing is, I'm sure it's not all new content or anything. I'm sure it's just oh yeah, everything in this game is just a single pack file. It probably is a pack file considering what it is. And we just have to replace the whole thing every time we update it. So there's 35 gig of download for you.
How long did that take to download?
I don't know. Well,
yeah.
That's when I realized that my 2 terabyte games drive is no longer big enough for the essentials. So, because it was saying, can't download the patch, don't have enough space.
I like how this is on your essentials list as well.
Well, Doom's awesome.
The single player is.
I can't uninstall the multiplayer component. If I could, I would. Why waste on that? Anyway, so we got an announcement of 3 new Telltale games. We got the final Walking Dead season.
Yep. Which I'm glad at least is the final. like they're wrapping it up. I expect it's going to be... Well, it is Clem returning for this one, I believe. There will be hopefully some kind of conclusion.
Are they going to build a tunnel in her name?
Yes, they're going to build number 7.
Yeah.
There's a local reference
Local references. There's another season of The Batman.
Sure.
That can happen. And then the one that actually got people excited, The Wolf Among Us 2 coming. Yep. And absolutely no details about it, so...
But it's there.
It's coming.
Yeah.
And I will be interested to see what they do, because that was a really good game.
You enjoyed the last one, right?
I thought it was very good.
Yeah.
And I think it's actually been a while since I played a Telltale, so that's okay. I'm not overdone with it at the moment. So I might just wait for that one and give it a whirl if they can't come up with something original in the time being. Which they won't, because why would they? So, in perhaps the most surprising news, there was a announcement of a new Fancy Pants game. Now, Fancy Pants...
What is Fancy Pants?
Was a Flash game, started in 2006. So now, over 10 years later, it has continued. It did 3 or 4 Flash games. Then it did an Xbox 360, and I think it was ported to a few other things game.
Yep.
It was ported to mobile and handheld games and everything. And now, out of the blue... You just look it up?
Yeah, it sounded familiar, but yes, I used to play that.
Yeah, little stick figure man with some fancy pants.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He is still alive. Yes, we actually played through the 360 one when it first came out. And it is back, and it is super smooth. They've added a whole bunch more mechanics. And it's all new levels and everything.
Nice.
I think it's like 60 levels or something in it. And that should be coming out, I think, later this year. I'm like, Fancy Pants? What a random fucking thing to exist.
Is it coming to Switch?
Go for it. I don't think it said so at the time, but hopefully it will.
Yeah. Hope everything comes to the Switch.
We do.
Everything.
We've got some DLC coming for the Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy.
Is it the Spyro DLC?
I wish.
No.
They've got the Impossible level. It's free at the moment.
Well, that's what we're talking about.
Oh, really? It's already out, I think.
Well, is that what we're talking about? Is it the Stormy Ascent? That's what we're talking about. Yeah. So that was a game, that was a level for Crash Bandicoot 1 that was unfinished. So they...
Well, it was finished, but they thought
unreleased.
it was too hard.
Yeah. So they finished, put it together, and they released it, which is cool.
It's cool.
And that's about that. We've already talked about Mayo vs. Ketchup.
Yep, and the answer was ketchup, so keep moving on.
Mayonnaise.
Mustard. So Just Cause 3, the multiplayer mod, is now live on Steam. So you can jump in and turn that game into a real game. Finally. Finally. Apparently, it's actually a different team to the Just Cause 2 mod. So I don't know if it can do quite the same insane levels of players as that game.
It baffles me that game wasn't multiplayer when it came out.
They really just seem to be pegging on, the community will add this.
Yeah.
And they did.
In their defense, this is exactly what happened. Multiplayer is expensive. Someone else can do it for us.
Man, those 1,000-player matches of Just Cause 2 were nuts.
Yeah, crazy.
But so cool. Speaking of strange multiplayer, Breath of the Wild's getting multiplayer.
Modded.
Yep.
Okay.
So CMU, the Wii emulator, which runs Breath of the Wild decently already, they are using that to then patch the game and adding in local co-op, split screen. Actually, I don't know if it's split screen or whether it's just local like LAN. It's very, very early. They've got a couple, they have 2 links at once in a scene, and that's where they're saying it'll take them at least a year to actually get it to something playable. But that's weird.
I could see it being pretty cool.
I don't see anything wrong with having another link running around there. I think it would be fun.
Yeah.
I think...
or even if you could play as Wolf Link.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I actually was sort of like some sort of passive multiplayer, and I thought like Breath of the Wild thing, like Journey-ish, where just like sometimes other players, if they're just in the area, will just be in your game. That would actually be awesome. That would be... Come on, Nintendo. Just...
Okay, like, Nintendo...
You won't be able to join a friend.
No,
but you might be able to just join someone much better than you that's in Japan.
I just have so little faith in Nintendo ever understanding the internet. Like...
Well, that's okay, because they can do this in a weird way.
Bless them that they try.
Yeah.
Like you look, like they got close with arms.
Look, no, then they did a lot of good things with Splatoon 2 as well. They just also did a lot of Nintendo things.
Does the Switch even have a microphone on it?
No.
There we go.
Not to my knowledge, it doesn't.
Well, it doesn't
but
have
it
a
does.
camera.
Yes, it does.
It does?
It has an IR camera
Oh,
that can
yeah.
detect rock, paper, or scissors.
And eating hamburgers.
Does that use the IR?
Yeah, I think it's what it does.
Oh my God.
Wait, so what does it you get used for?
So this-
I know what it is, yeah.
Yeah. So it gets used. You have it on your wrist, or whatever, and you can go rock, paper, or scissors, and it will detect.
That's
I've
great.
actually-
It's actually like built into the API to those three motions because they expect it's going to be.
It's the upside down.
Yeah. Oh my God. How are you
I
like
never
this?
take mine
James?
off. Why would I ever take off the Joy-Cons?
So you can use them separately.
Nah.
Put them in the little holster.
Nah.
You know when you're playing with your girlfriend.
Nah.
Yeah, just an unpleasant fellow.
History's greatest monster.
Yeah. What are you
about
doing
if you
about
play-
motion controls and arms?
What about if you're going to play with your best friend?
Oh, I will play Amy.
Yeah, but you got to take your Joy-Cons off.
Nah.
Okay.
Oh,
So another game of note to announce.
Yes.
We saw the announcement trailer of Noita, which is made by the team that made the Swapper.
Notia. It's a bit of a weird word. Weird
Noita.
Noita. Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird name. Looks amazing.
Yeah. It's so it is a. Like I know it's procedural, they say, but they look like levels. They have things in them and interesting things. So it's roguelike, but so it's roguelike platformer, but in a completely simulated pixel art world. So think about like have you ever used the sandbox tool or in like the digging in terms like Lero or things like that. So it's a bit pixely, so they can emulate everything. So it's all systems interacting, and as we know from Spelunky and Breath of the Wild and everything. That can open up so many interesting gameplay things. And just the trailer has so many ideas.
It's visually together. It's using some super efficient pixel algorithm, like some super efficient particle engine, whatever. I don't know. Math's magic.
Yeah.
To just like have crazy amounts of physics bodies moving around, all little pixels and affecting each other. And,
Yeah.
It's nuts.
It looks really, really, really interesting and fun. And that should hopefully be coming up, I think, early next year is what they're aiming for. So
Looks very impressive.
Like,
It's a
and-
little hard to describe how impressive it is. You should just go check it out.
Yes, that's what I would recommend. And lastly, we have The Sims 4 has been announced for Xbox One.
Okay.
I'd like to see what they do with the interface. But I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, of course. I mean, it's The Sims. It used to rule the universe. Why not again?
Yeah. Oh, it's good.
Does that mean we're going to get the console port on the Windows Live Store?
Maybe.
does that mean it'll come to Switch?
No, I don't. No.
Very few announcements mean that it will come to Switch. You'll find that the only announcements that mean it's coming to Switch are the ones entitled "It's coming to Switch."
Yeah, generally speaking.
You never know.
Yeah.
Announced today, Spyro is coming to Switch. Just a lie. Just a friendly lie. Okay, so I have a fun game that I've been playing. A game I've been waiting to play for a while.
Yes.
But even though I really want to play it, I'm also very cheap. So because no one wanted to give it to me for free,
Yes.
I waited for a sale. So I finally got a copy of SEUM, which is a weird name. Also subtitled Speedrunners from Hell.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I've seen this one. This is out a while ago, this one.
Yeah, it's been out for not quite a year, but it's been out for a little while. And it is, I suppose, take a little bit like somewhere between Cluster Truck and Super Meat Boy.
You like both those things.
I love both those things. They are short levels, played first person, where you're basically using your Quake speedrunning skills to get through dastardly environments and get through as fast as you can to get the speed, to get the time, and do fancy tricks. And it is exactly what I wanted, and it plays fucking great.
What you just described.
Yes, exactly. It looks like sort of Quake.
Yeah.
It looks pretty much like that. It's all a hell lava environment.
Yeah.
There's brick walls everywhere. Weirdly, every level has a secret beer hidden on it, except for the last secret level of each world, which has some secret bacon.
Okay, so it's not procedural. It's all level based.
No, it's all level based, all
Are there
distinctly
ghosts
designed.
and things and leaderboards and all that
I haven't
kind of jazz?
seen Ghosts, but there are leaderboards. Ghosts would be good. And I'm not going to say that there aren't. I just haven't seen them.
Yeah.
Because often you have to turn on Ghosts, and I haven't seen that button. What I like is that I race through all the levels, and I'm trying to get the best time. But then finding the secret beer, you can just find it, and then once you find it, you can leave the level. So that doesn't have to be like a failed run or anything. It's just like, oh no, I just found my beer, and now I'll restart the level. Here we go.
How long are the levels?
Longest one, maybe, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds longest.
Okay, so it's short.
Now, I hear late in the game the levels get long. And that
Do you want them to be longer?
No.
Yeah.
That's what sort of started killing Cluster Truck for me. When I started getting levels that were like, oh, I can do each of these individual obstacles fine, but the fact that I have to do 12 of them in a row.
Yeah.
Because Cluster Truck's problem was that it has randomized trucks, which could be doing anything, which a lot of the time is great. It gives you a lot of fluidity and like freedom to do things, but sometimes means there's just no truck there.
Yeah.
And sometimes you fucking need a truck. So you can get amazing luck runs and then completely bullshit runs where you've been doing the perfect thing and then there's just nothing there to land on because they've all bottlenecked at an early part of the level or something. So because these are all design ornate levels, it has none of that. Has lots of little secret stuff because it has that secret in each level. It's always a geometry puzzle to get to it or something. It's got launch pads. It's got
There's no weapons or anything, is
yes,
there? Oh, okay,
yes.
yep.
There's weapons because you have to light torches and stuff. So you've got a fireball you can throw, which has an arc, so it takes skill to use. It's just very, very skill based, and it feels very satisfying.
I didn't realize it was first person. For some reason, when I saw Speedrunner, I assumed it was going to be some platformer or something. That makes no sense. That's just what my brain did.
No. It's Quake as a speedrunning game.
You have me more interested in this thing now.
Yeah, I think it's really fun, and especially if you can get it cheap, which it often is. And I think normally it's like $10 anyway. Yeah. It's not like a huge thing.
You paid like $2.
Yeah, probably. No, it's been super satisfying.
Okay,
and
cool.
I really am. I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to keep playing it for a bit longer. So another game that we've played is Yonder, which has a subtitle.
Yonder
and the Chronicles of the Cloud.
Who cares? No, that wasn't a thing of the game. That was just, subtitles are meaningless. Okay, so could you please tell me about Yonder?
So Yonder is a open world exploration game. I would cross it somewhere between, I want to say, Breath of the Wild, kind of.
You want to say
I want to say that.
but it doesn't feel justified.
Maybe Breath of the Wild crossed with Fantasy Life. In that the game, there's no combat in the game, which felt a bit weird to me when I got to my first box or crate and I wanted to smash it to take it.
Yeah.
But I didn't have the hammer yet, which you can use to smash it. But I didn't have like a sword or something or couldn't punch it. Anyway, so there's no combat. It's a game where you kind of go from town to town, picking up what's effectively fetch quests to remove the purple mist, whatever it's called.
Effectively fetch quests?
Or entirely
Literally
fetch quests.
fetch quests.
Literally fetch quests. And that's kind of it. It's a game about walking around and looking at it and doing fetch quests. My experience was shaky, to say the least. I played it for maybe about half an hour or so, and I don't mind. I liked Fantasy Life quite a lot, and I think Fantasy Life, the mechanics are quite simplistic, and because of that, I could. Good work, Amy.
can't get them all to sit. Actually,
How are they sitting?
Do I need to confiscate them?
yes.
Do we need to make like Splatoon figure chess? We could make chess out of all my amiibos.
Could actually. It might be a little hard
to know what's what.
Which is which.
Well, just the lower tier ones are pawns.
They have done that actually.
Let's do it. Or oh man, when they were like because I think Villager was like $2 for a while. I should have just bought.
Oh, just bought them. They're all your pawns.
Like all the villagers there, and then like
All the Olimars.
Yeah, you could make a chess set out of them.
Yeah, it could be villagers versus Olimars. Although I think Olimar should be better. Anyway, and then on either side, it's one side is Luigi and Mario, and the other side is Waluigi and Wario.
Ah, yeah.
If only they had an evil female. Why don't they have an evil female?
I would have thought Daisy would have been, but
No, but
She's not evil.
There's no
I think
Peach.
she's evil. I don't like her.
Yeah.
I just don't like her.
A witch. She's a witch.
He's a witch.
Anyway, we were talking about
about
Yonder.
Yonder.
Anyway, we can get back to amiibos later. I like amiibos.
Just confiscate them.
Yeah. So
No.
let's just take them all away from Amy. You get them back when you earn them.
How do I end them?
By not playing with them. It's actually real easy. They're out of reach now.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
So I feel mean
Yeah.
Because this is a local game.
It's a Brisbane game, yeah.
And a lot of people I know have been linking to it over the last few months about this gorgeous game, and they can't believe how good this game looks coming from an indie team in Brisbane. And I agree, the game has a lovely aesthetic. And all through that, I even, trying not to be like rude about it, asked them several things like, it's like, this looks great. What do you do? Because all I've seen is you walking around, picking up sticks and delivering to people saying, please give me a bunch of sticks. And that's all the game is.
I think that's mostly it. Like,
and that can be relaxing.
This is one of those things which I don't really feel is too much for me. Like I liked Fantasy Life because it was basically the task completer.
Yes.
And it was like, go break bread, go make this, but it felt like there was enough variety in what I was doing there. That's like, I will go and make tables for a while.
Well, you
I'll
also
go
feel like
and
you're building something up. I didn't get much sense of progression in this game.
Yeah.
Like I cleared mist from things which made them available to me.
I cleared mist from a thing, and then I hit the invisible wall that didn't disappear.
Oh.
Yeah, so like completely bugged out. Like I was just trying to, like, I cleared the mist. I'm like, cool, I'm going to go and fix the thing. And like, it actually just couldn't walk in.
Yes.
Bugged out. But anyway, bugs happen. Yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like it was hyped up too much in my head. I think because like it was, people were making comparisons to Zelda.
I went in with incredibly low impressions because I've been thinking this for a while, and they were still met. So I was hoping that I would be surprised by something in there, some element. I think it's kind of interesting. Like the character models are, I'll just be mean. I'm not meaning this is a mean thing, but it's just a word I use. Are hideous. They don't look like faces. They just look like some random geometry. But the render on them is done in such a nice way that it's actually quite nice seeing them around. I just like when I actually look at the geometry, I'm like, this isn't pleasing. It's like, this isn't like Wind Waker. This is like uni student. First year uni students sort of like throw in like, we've got a triangle nose and we've got a blobby body shape. It doesn't feel like the anatomy is there.
For me, a lot of it felt very rushed. Like I was playing on PC. I also wasn't playing with a controller. I was playing with a mouse and keyboard, and it didn't really feel like it was there. Like I could have gone and plugged in a controller, and I think it would have been a better experience with that in. And maybe this is a game I should try, put on the TV, like sit on the couch.
I think it's definitely a zone out
Put
game.
out a podcast, and just sort of walk around and do stuff.
There's a lot of things I can zone out to, and why would I pick this to zone out to?
I think, and Fantasy Life is really the closest thing I think you compare it to. But I just think Fantasy Life did such a good job at saying, okay, this isn't about. I think there was combat in that game. There was, but it wasn't like the main thing. It's just a thing you could do if you wanted to. But it was sort of like
James.
Yeah, Paul can play with them.
Oh,
that's what I was going for. Thank you.
But I think I had a good sense of progression going through Fantasy Life. This one I felt was more like I was kind of meandering through when I didn't really know what that progression was, what I'm working towards.
Well, you unlock the farms and you get more sprites, you unlock more mist, and then you get a bigger area. Like the area is quite big.
Yeah.
There's nothing in it. And it's even things like if you jump off a high point, you immediately deploy your umbrella and you float down.
Yeah.
And it looks nice, but it doesn't, because it's automatic, it doesn't give you the joy of movement that you get from something like Zelda. Because I think that can go a long way, because it's like Journey. Journey doesn't necessarily have a lot of gameplay in it, but there's so much focused on what movement is like, and you're able to use those systems to give yourself a feeling.
I'll tell you what I think's missing, thinking about it now. So in Zelda, you walk around and there's a good chance if I see something and I walk towards it, I will find something there. It could just be a little thing under a rock. It could be an NPC to talk to, but there'll be something. I feel like there's like a 60% chance that random thing that I can see will be something. Something
of note. Something that has been put there deliberately and gives you a feeling.
Yeah. Yonder I felt like at one point I saw a cave through a tree or something like that. It looked very pretty. And I'm like, oh, cool, I'm going to go kind of check that out. And I kind of walked over to it and I walked in and I looked at it and went, okay.
This was a cave?
Like, it was a cave. There just wasn't really anything there. I felt like I didn't get the feeling that there was much to discover. I didn't feel like there was new mechanics to find. It was just sort of like, okay, well, there's this quest. I can see that. That's what this particular mechanic's going to be.
It was a lot of walking up to everyone with an exclamation point and then following the arrow.
And I can see, but for some players, that's fine. Like, they want a game that they can walk through and just experience like that. but even as someone who likes busy work games, it still didn't have the thing to kind of like.
I mean, it needs the Animal Crossing stuff. It needs the farming and that sort of like the actual making something aspect of it, which didn't seem to be there. It was, I mean, it's called Yonder, and I'm sure that's also supposed to lead you to think Wander as well. It's like I'm going yonder, and it's like I'm wandering over there, and you're seeing vistas and everything and all that, but there's nothing in those vistas.
Or even take like Dragon Quest Builders. Like another one where you can kind of ignore the combat in that largely. Not totally, but it's not the focus of the game. But there was still even like the randomly the procedurally generated, but they put stuff in it. I felt like that was a game where I'd walk off and I'd find things. I'd find a little story. I'd find like little monsters that were holed up and have a little story. Like I just felt like those things.
I haven't found any story in this yet.
I haven't really found too much.
The dock's broken. Please fix the dock. You fixed the dock.
Maybe that's what it is. Like I didn't feel like there was much in the way of everything I found was here is a quest, and I didn't really feel like I walked and like I was playing even just like Elder Scrolls Online, and there's lots of quests and things around like that. But every now and then I'd stumble across something where there was no actual story, it'd be just a little bit of world storytelling. There's a couple of skeletons and books. Like there was a tree house with 2 skeletons in it, and a bunch of like. And like a bunch of books and things like that.
That's so sad.
Yeah, but it was like it was memorable. I went up and there was nothing there. Like it was, unless it was a quest I missed, it was like here is just a thing to look at. I'm like, okay, cool. Like it's a little thing. It's memorable, and off I went. I didn't really get that too much from this. It seemed like we've got a world. We haven't put too much in it except for quest givers. And
I think they made a lovely render. I think
it's very pretty.
The aesthetic of the game is beautiful and lovely. That only lasts my interest a few minutes. It needs something. It needs something there, even if it's something to have ownership of, something to discover. I didn't get either of those.
And look, I mean, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt and think there's something there maybe that I haven't seen.
No one's told me yet.
But I haven't heard what that is. And
even
if
I went out to read reviews to find out
Yeah.
like what more was there, and there didn't seem to be anything else.
If there is more there, it's not communicated particularly well. So yeah, I like it didn't. If this was a Switch thing, and it was something I could play casually, maybe. But then I'd just be thinking I could go play Zelda, and then I probably do that instead.
Zelda or Minecraft, or
So
Tumbleseed.
Didn't really grab me, that one.
Tumbleseed wasn't really relevant. I just thought people don't
Tumbleseed.
talk about that game very much, so I
You
thought
like
I'd
your
throw it out there.
Tumbleseed, don't you?
I thought it was all right.
Yeah.
I give it 7 out of 10.
The original inspiration for that game is actually down at Netherworld at the moment. I think it's called Cold Beer.
I like cold beer. I enjoy cold beer.
It's a game
So
called
is
Cold Beer.
that like something they did that as a prototype, or is that something that just inspired them?
Don't know, but I think it was. Yeah, I think it was originally inspiration for Tumbleseed.
Oh, for Tumbleseed. I thought you were talking about Yonder.
No.
Yes. I
haven't played Yonder.
I have actually heard about that. Isn't it a physical game?
Yes, kind of. I don't know. I've never played it. I've just sort of seen it.
Yeah, you got a rolled up kegs of beer. It wasn't seeds. It was a little bit less appropriate for youth, but that's all right. They played Tapper. Tapper's fine. God, Amy's so angry that you keep stealing her amiibo. It's all right, Amy. They're mine now.
They were originally yours.
Yeah, I use them with the money that I earned. I hope that my Xenoblade Chronicles figure works in Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
It might.
Maybe.
Good.
Maybe it gets me a sweet sword.
Get some sweet Xenoblade.
Oh, some sexy boy blade.
Yeah, getting them blades.
Yeah. Maybe didn't
blades for days.
They had you can get the swimsuits, which I always thought was hilarious to put on people going into combat.
Yeah. No, Cheryl started playing Tales of Berseria.
Oh, yeah.
Or however you pronounce the last word.
I saw her on PS4. It said both of you were. So she's probably signed into your PS4.
No, she wasn't, because I checked that. There was some weird PSN bug.
Okay.
Where I was definitely not playing it. But apparently I've been racking up that playtime of it.
Yeah.
Basically, all she's been doing is collecting costumes.
Oh, yes.
Right now, she's been very excited that she has all her characters looking like they're going to a dinner party.
That is exciting.
And that's how she plays. That's how she plays that game.
I do wonder how... Like, I've got my costume in Splatoon 2 now. I'm like, I'm happy with this.
Oh, so you're done. This is why you need to upgrade the slots from here on out.
Yeah, which is going to be problematic because, what did I see about some more cool clothes?
Well, I'm still waiting for my flat cap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, your old man hat. Where is your old man hat?
I thought I'd go hatless today. I thought I'd try and have my personality shine
Very
through.
weird.
It's a little creepy.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can see where I'm kind of going, sitting at the top.
Yeah, you can see the full dome.
Yeah, it's kind of there.
No, you got luscious hair.
No, I don't.
I think it's made him more grouchy because
But-
he keeps taking my amiibo.
I think I've got the thickest hair. Precious's. Okay, so James, because I put it in the intro, just because I wanted to say Latoon instead of Layton, I just wanted to do it for the joke. You better talk about the Layton game you've been playing.
No, it's full title.
Is it actually called Layton Mystery, not Professor Layton's Mystery?
It's called Layton Mystery Journey.
Layton's Mystery Journey, Katrielle, and the Millionaires Conspiracy.
Yeah, it's a long title. So this is the first Layton game I've played since the first one.
Aha.
It's also the first Layton game I've played that doesn't have Professor Layton in it. It has Kat, his daughter.
Fuck.
So this
Me.
is a
That is intense.
So we're gonna go camping.
Yeah.
Oh, it's-
I know you're intense. You fucking love that pun, and we just need to move on.
okay, let's do that. So I've been playing this on iPhone. It came out on iOS on the App Store just the other day for $25 dues.
Whoa.
They do like their premiums when they bring them over.
It was actually one of the reasons I bought it, because for a Layton game, that's actually cheap.
Yes.
I thought, you know what? And it's a full Layton game. Like, it's got a very nice animated intro, and it's all it's got all the quirky characters and things like that. So in this one, you play Professor Layton's daughter. I didn't realize he'd hooked up with anyone, but there she
Probably
is.
a robot.
Probably a robot. It starts with Professor Layton walking off into the mist, and she's having a dream. So I guess she's going off on some kind of mystery journey. And someone has stolen the hands of Big Ben. One of the hands. And you have been tasked.
Is that Ben who works at Giant Bomb now?
No, not that. No, just
because he's very tall.
Just the clock. And it's a quarter of London can't tell the time.
Golly, jeez, that is serious.
So it's got the tone. It's like it takes itself not too seriously, but just serious enough that it's kind of entertaining.
But does anyone have any problem with matchsticks?
No, I haven't seen any mastic problems yet. They have given up on any kind of pretense of why puzzles exist, but I think they gave up on that one a long time ago. It's just you go do a thing and someone says, "Hey, could you do this puzzle?"
I just like it was like this town is like addicted to puzzles, and they'll only help you when puzzles are solved.
Oh, they were called the Curious Village.
Yeah.
They were. Oh god!
So this one,
they had great writing in that one. It was just like so labored to make it work. I'm like, just
they gave up.
I love it.
This one they just
don't give up. Just live for it forever. Like puzzles are the new, like all money has become worthless. Inflation has like gone to hell, but puzzles have retained their value.
Puzzle economy.
The puzzle economy is booming. It's like fuck Bitcoin. Puzzles is where it's
There's
at.
your cryptocurrency.
Exactly.
What about
you gotta.
what about that new one, Ether?
Ether. What's it? Is that just another cryptocurrency?
Yeah, it's just
or?
another cryptocurrency. Yeah, I'll throw
Nothing
it
beats Dogecoin
or Coinye.
Kanye.
Oh my gosh.
God, I was thinking of Kanye puns all week. I was like, should I do them to Amy or can I not? I'll just leave it.
Apart from that, it's a Layton game.
It's what you expect.
Yeah, the puzzles have been a bit of a mixed bag. Some of them I solve accidentally. Some of them are easy. Some of them I don't understand. I get all the hints, and then I go, Cheryl, I don't understand, and she solves it, and she tries to explain it to me, and I still don't understand.
Oh dear God, James.
there are some puzzles I just don't get. I don't understand.
No. Your top deck mind has just slipped.
Like, what surprised me was that even when someone explicitly explained the puzzle to me, I still don't get it.
That is shameful.
I just don't understand. But
well, you see, with these two matchsticks,
You move one and
no,
turn
there
it
was
into a square.
There was this puzzle about two weights on broken scales. I didn't understand the wording. I didn't get it, and I still don't till this day. Don't understand it. But I think it's a good. It's nice to see these premium games getting on mobile, which is one of the reasons I wanted to support it.
Yeah.
And it's good. It is a complete Layton game which works really well on mobile.
Yeah, I agree that I'd like to see more premium stuff on mobile. I still kind of like, even though I know it, I still have a resistance myself. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I couldn't do more than $20.
Yeah, and $20, like if a Layton game came out on iPhone, on 3DS, and it was $25 at launch, you'd be like, oh shit, that is so cheap.
I'd buy an extra copy.
Yeah, let's buy two. And I appreciate that they're trying.
Yeah.
They're trying to bust through that because it is a big problem with the
It
value
is.
proposition.
And as I say, even people like us that like see it as a problem and want to support it, I still have barriers that I'm
Yeah.
like, no more than 15.
But you'll spend $70 on the DS version. $60 on the DS version. $50 on the DS version. There we go.
There's my DS
There we go.
line.
There
There's
we
my
go.
DS
Got there
line for a
eventually.
Layton game.
Yeah.
I've played enough.
Yeah.
It's got to be like, if someone tells me it's the best fucking Layton game that's ever been made and you have to play this shit,
Dude, this is the best
got
fucking Layton game that's ever
It's got
been
a
made.
twist that you will not believe. It makes Game of Thrones look like Spock goes to the beach. And it's going to get spoiled.
Whoa,
You better
whoa,
play
whoa.
that now.
Poor Spot.
He went to the beach and there was a ball.
I know it was
Bullshit.
great.
It's pretty good. And then he got home.
No, he met a friend.
Not a lot happens, yeah. And then they shared the ball.
Yeah, that's good. They learned.
And then Jeffrey Dahmer took the friend away.
What?
Who's Jeffrey Dahmer?
The serial killer.
Oh, he takes. I guess he takes friends away.
I saw horrible Jeffrey Dahmer facts on Reddit today. I was like,
really?
why? Why do people remind me that these things happen in history? He's the guy that drilled holes in people's heads and poured acid in them to turn them into sex slaves.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is all right. It's got dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that spot goes to the beach.
Okay. Hooray! Video games.
Hey, I didn't even tell you the bad stuff.
No, don't. I'm good.
Keep going.
No, please don't.
So anyway, that's my line for Layton's.
Yeah.
If Layton fought a real life serial killer, that would be pretty good.
That would be good, actually.
It's like, a clue. These dismembered limbs seem to be forming a pattern, and like they're not. He's just moving all these body parts around.
I've got it.
It's like
It's like me in an escape room.
exactly.
Just the arms.
Someone's just crying in the corner. Just stop. Just stop. It was an entire family. It was the missing torso that tricked me. Anyway, good one, Layton.
Good one, Layton.
Do they even deal with murders in that game?
No.
They're pretty light. It's a light universe. You're not there for murder.
Oh, I want one.
And even when it is murder, it's like a robot murder, and then they come back at the end still like, it was me all the time. I was just a secret vampire. I wasn't a robot at all. Yeah, it's
Believable.
pretty palatable. But yeah, I think what we are missing is the hardcore puzzler.
Yeah.
With the limbs and the screaming and the acid in the brains. Do you see there's a trailer for the new Saw film?
I haven't seen that.
It's called Jigsaw. And guess who's directing it?
Who?
The Spierig brothers.
What have they done?
They are Queensland's own Spierig brothers. They did Undead, and then they did the Daybreakers or Daywalkers. What was it called?
Yeah.
Something like that. So it's back in the hands of Australian directors.
Cool.
Which those guys are like real like go-getters.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, and I still have a secret love for the crap that is Saw.
I have always enjoyed Saw as a series. I've enjoyed the consistency from movie to movie.
A year or two ago, my wife and I watched through the entire run.
Yeah.
And it's like, literally, it's probably the series that tries to keep its story going the most. Like, maybe they shouldn't have, but literally each film picks up from the second to the end of the previous one, and that's kind of
they
cool.
tend to be, each one's fairly creative, and I enjoy them.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, they certainly started getting more tired as they went on, but yeah, they were fun.
I rewatched Cabin in the Woods the other day.
No spoilers, I've been meaning to watch it.
Oh, well, okay. Well, you should watch it.
I watched the first half.
Because I feel like on watching it again, it's not that much there.
It's still fun.
Yeah, I actually got bored.
I think its filmmaking is unextraordinary. It's very pedestrian, but the script is fun and the twist is fun, and the actors are generally enjoyable. It could have been made in the Marvel universe.
I tell you what else I watched.
What?
I watched the Warcraft movie.
Oh yes, I've
How
watched that
was
as
it?
well.
Yeah. So after I watched it all, I was in the shower, and
Please describe. Were you sudsy?
Yeah, I was sudsy at the time.
Okay. That's good.
And I was having just mind wandering, and I just thought, if I was to go blind now, the last movie I ever watched would be Warcraft.
Which would be
And-
a fine way to go
And
blind.
I actually thought about it. I was like, well, visually, I enjoyed it. I liked the look of it. I enjoyed the orcs. And I liked the look of the magic and the armor. So if I was to go blind, and that was the last movie I ever saw, something that I thought was visually pleasing is probably not a bad thing to be.
That's just a
So
completely
is it-
pointless line of thinking.
Is it? I haven't actually seen it. Is it up to the sort of Blizzard cinematics type thing, or?
Well, it's live action. Well,
Oh, it is live action.
It's live action.
Okay.
And it's based around Warcraft
Yeah,
1.
it's Warcraft 1.
So before most people had an interest in Warcraft
Yeah.
based.
It's called Warcraft the Beginning because I guess
Because they thought they were going to make a big series out of them.
Yeah, and it made a lot of money in China, so I guess maybe it'll happen.
Maybe we'll get some Chinese ones.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
I
Can start Matt Damon.
that script was acting was just generally terrible.
Amazing.
What surprised me was I thought the orcs were the best part. Like I thought the orcs were going to be the lamest, like or the worst acting.
But orcs are always the best part
But
of
no,
Warcraft.
orcs were great. They were good. Good job,
Yeah.
orcs.
The humans have to be overly
Yeah,
serious.
the humans were.
That's the hard thing.
Yeah, and they had
You can
Jax.
just be an orc, you can have fun.
Jax from Sons of Anarchy, not giving any shits.
Haven't seen Sons of
Yeah.
Anarchy. Please give me another reference he's been in.
I was the World of Warcraft movie.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it was good.
I don't know what else he's been in things.
You know what? I remember when I watched it, I was like, that was an interesting thing, and I remember nothing about it. Nothing at all.
I don't quite remember what the story was.
I do not remember hating it.
No, I wasn't bored. And I think because it
Oh, I didn't say I wasn't bored.
I think because it was just kind of pretty to look at, and it was nice seeing. One of the things I did think was that Blizzard had this over exaggeration to all it does for its designs. It's particularly in Warcraft, and it really when you take those designs and then you
just
make them
really
real,
big shoulders.
yeah, well even
Shoulder
the
pads.
helmets where it has kind of curved thing for the
Yeah,
eyes
yeah,
for
yeah.
the footmen. That helmet makes no sense.
No,
Like
it should have. If it wasn't prohibitively expensive to do that level of CGI for that length, they would have looked much better as just the CGI
just
and
the whole
not
thing CGI,
and not the peoples with the stupid
Yeah,
designs on them.
I actually thought it was the CGI,
No.
but no,
I mean, a big
okay.
chunk of it is the CGI.
Yeah, but I love Blizzard's animation.
and this is only for someone who's played
Yeah.
Warcraft would even understand it. Is that at the beginning of the movie, they go to see the king in Stormwind, and the king's not here; he's in Goldshire. And the only reason that I could think that would be in there was because Goldshire is just a town literally just outside of Stormwind, and it just felt like this complete just town fan service. We've got to get in Goldshire.
Got to drop in some names there.
Because whenever you play that game at the start of it, you go to Goldshire.
I like that a lot of designs were just lifted straight from the old games.
Yeah.
Yep, that's great. I love
there's
it.
a Murloc with
Oh no. Anyway, Game of Thrones is a bit average this week.
I haven't seen it yet.
Bit average.
It was enjoyable.
No, I'll watch it.
Nah, I had too much Danny.
No, but
You cannot. I will ruin Cabin in the Woods for you.
I'll bite your finger off.
I was describing Danny today as she's just a living plot point waiting to happen.
That's true, but she makes interesting things happen, on the other side of it all.
I'll probably watch it tonight, so you
Do
can
it.
both shut up.
I thought we were besties.
Not when it comes to Game of Thrones spoilers.
I'm
If directly after every episode, if people could just tweet James
Hashtag pink bits.
pink bits, yeah,
He won't look at it.
he'll love it. He'll love it. So, do we have any unfinished business?
No, my business
Yes.
is. Oh, we do.
Lots of unfinished
All right,
business.
what is it?
You keep taking my Vivo.
Well, they're my amiibo. We've established this.
Nice
you
collection
haven't
of
been
Amiibos you got
playing
there.
anything that's not on the list, Amy?
No, Splatoon.
Oh man, I'm gonna play some more Splatoon,
Splatoon is
tonight.
good.
Yes.
Do I watch Game of Thrones or do I play Splatoon?
Can do
Well, we
both.
can spoil it tomorrow.
Yeah, well, don't believe me. The first 15 minutes, it's all Danny, so just play Splatoon. You can get four rounds in there. Yeah, that's great.
That's such a good fucking
Oh,
game.
my eyebrows! I'm not allowed. In real life, they're animated a lot, but in this show, I keep them quite still. That is the extent of my acting abilities.
I am very, very, very serious about stuff.
She's very serious.
Serious.
Oh, but
I'm super serial.
there is a good explicit wound
Yeah.
enjoy that.
Okay.
Explicit wounds. I hope I didn't spoil it.
Oh
for
yes, it was great.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'll watch it tonight.
you. You do that.
I will.
Or just watch it before this episode goes out. Because
Boobs.
it's and boy bum.
Okay. All right. No,
He's already sold.
I'm there. Yep. Video games.
Yep. Also, Theon becomes King of the North.
Oh.
He does.
He's got no dick. Every time. And he's Katy Perry's brother? That's the one, isn't it?
No, not Katy Perry.
What's the other? Oh, no.
Lily Allen.
Lily Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The song Alfie was about it.
They're quite interchangeable, Katy Perry and Lily Allen.
I've heard much from Lily
They
Allen.
both got hair. They're both popular.
Yeah.
They both wear clothes.
Really?
Sometimes.
I don't think I've seen either of them naked.
On the Katy Perry
Amelia haven't
album, she
looked.
was sort of covered in clouds, though. So
Clouds are clothes.
yeah.
You've never worn clouds?
No,
Oh, it's okay. It's a little misty, but
he's taking my Switch.
what are you making them bang?
No.
Captain Falco, no.
So close.
Okay,
He's trying
Falcon kick.
Falcon.
Okay.
Why is it not Falcon Punch?
Yeah, when he kicks. I
Well,
don't know.
when it kicks,
Falcon
it's a Falcon kick. When he punches, it's a Falcon punch.
Oh my! Ah.
And she makes a peach pie.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Hey Mario, come to the castle. I've baked you a cake. Best plot ever.
Yes.
I hope that's the plot for Odyssey.
Yeah. I've baked.
Princess Toadstool.
No. That's where they've moved up to pies.
Oh.
Or maybe I've sewn you a hat.
Oh.
And she's been kidnapped. It's like, well, I better put this hat on. But no, it's got to have the whole wedding thing.
Yeah.
Hey Mario, I'm getting married today. Why don't you come by?
Yeah.
And then it's just a lovely ceremony.
And that's it. Nothing goes wrong.
and that's it,
And that's
yeah.
they go off on adventures.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that brings us to the end. Thank you for watching or listening to 8.5bit. You can catch the website, 8.5bit.com, our Twitter and Facebook. And please like and share anything you like than that. Subscribe to iTunes. And if you do, please leave a review because reviews help us share the love. Thank you for listening or watching. I've been your host, Paul.
I've been James.
I've been Amy.
And we'll catch you all later, friends.
See ya.